As I mentioned beforehand, I had a theory video planned regarding the possibilities of Kashin Koji being Jiraiya or related to him in some way. This may confirm that Kashin Koji is also a cyborg similar to Delta. Further evidence that Kashin Koji could be linked to Jiraiya Welcome back everyone, and it's time to go balls deep. And yet again, Boruto's manga was fire! Thank you to everyone that joined the live stream every Wednesday. This was a huge reveal that was within all of our minds. And say it with me guys, balls deep prediction jutsu has come true. Now, the chapter itself has some minor flaws here and there, but overall this was everything that we wanted Boruto to become. The hype train keeps on building more and more every month to something major happening each month, delivering on that hype. Okio Kodachi really is respecting the lore of Naruto and creating fresh new ideas that help fix the plot points Kishimoto left behind with Isshiki Otsutsuki. I will be doing an analysis of Kashin Koji being a Jiraiya clone, how it happened and why in another video on Wednesday, since you know it has somehow caused a stir and debate within the fandom and people are upset. So be sure to hit the notification button on the channel and smash the like button. We need your support so we can be one cohesive community, and if you want to hear out our opinion, tune back in on Wednesday. Anyway, Boruto chapter 47 starts with Kawaki on the cover page where the women's in the fandom be telling me things in the DMs like, oh my god, look how sexy he looks, oh my god, I want to go more. But I mean, if we're gonna give Asta this treatment, right, we might as well give it to Kawaki too.
Man, this is sexy, bro. Like, I don't never be on I don't be on no gay shit at all, bro. But this particular right here, bro, that's one sexy ass. Bro, if I was a girl, legs wide open, bro.
But before we can start the video, I know what website you were last on, mate. I know what you did in your last private browsing session. Now, if your heart dropped or you're genuinely scared that someone would say that to you, I'd like to introduce our sponsors, ExpressVPN, who once again are hooking everyone out with a special discounted membership, including 3 months for free, with our special link in the description and comment section below. Just as we see the scientific advanced technology in Boruto enhancing many of the ninjas for the better, I'd suggest buying a VPN, because ExpressVPN protects you from hackers who try to steal your private information. And yeah, that includes you searching up your favorite waifu, mate. But not only that, they also protect you from your own ISP, which is an internet service provider, preventing them from spying on your day-to-day activity, logging it and then selling this activity to third parties. And let's be honest, none of us want that. Most of us want to watch a good-ass anime to binge, and ExpressVPN actually allows you to have access to just that. This is because ExpressVPN helps unlock tons of streaming services in many different regions, such as Amazon, Netflix, Hulu, whatever you may use. So if a certain anime is not available in your region, just change your VPN country to the one you want and you can watch all the anime you want across the world. And yes, it's legal. I checked the terms of service. Like the other day, I couldn't access HBO or One Piece who just acquired Netflix on the US version, but now I can. So I want everyone to make sure to keep yourself protected and safe in all ways of life, starting by clicking on our link in the description and comment section below. Go to the link expressvpn.com/abd. You can get 3 months extra for free, plus there is a 30-day money-back guarantee, so there's nothing to lose, just trying it out. Boruto chapter 47 starts off where Kashin Koji has trapped Isshiki within the summoning of eternal flames from the flaming mountains. Boruto and the gang are still viewing the battle from the cyborg frog projection. Boruto then questions the point of even using this technique, as the flames can be absorbed with the Karma Seal abilities. And for some reason, Boruto's brain cells seem to have depleted after his fight with Boruto, because this boy is asking some stupid ass questions even though we've been told he's a genius and prodigy. I mean, it's like Boruto Boruto completely forgot the explanation of how karma works by Kawaki during their fight with Boro, because at that time Boro was using natural poison to attack the squad. This poison couldn't be absorbed by the karma because it was natural and robotic and not produced by chakra. Kawaki even explained this very eloquently back in chapter 41 page 3, where everyone else understood, even Boruto did. On top of that, Kawaki has only been a ninja for around a month, give or take, but regardless, Kawaki once again tells Boruto those flames are real flames, fam, you numpty, so they can't be absorbed by karma. Anyway, let's not be too harsh, guys. Let's give Boruto the benefit of the doubt, as it's possible he forgot about all this information since he was mentally violated and taken over by Isshiki Otsutsuki. Also, this is an obvious plot device used by Okyo Kodashi to use Boruto Uzumaki as a medium for re-explanation of the plot points he is introducing in the chapters, since it's so complicated to a few people. But we do have to criticize the things that we love, and we have to be honest. You guys need to appreciate our honesty here, because this sort of stuff did work much better with Naruto as a character, because right from the get-go Naruto came across as an airhead, whereas Boruto is this supposed opposite in some sense of him. But then again, this is just a nitpick and isn't a major issue. At the end of the day, the apple doesn't too fall far from the tree, right? Moving on, as the fight continues, everyone notices that the eternal flame starts shrinking. Boruto even starts doubting Kawaki's explanations and says, hey, look, he looks like he's absorbing it, man. I was right in the end. But Sasuke, being the biggest brain in the room, excluding Amado of course, Sasuke notices that Isshiki is actually just shrinking the flames using his special ability. Amado continues to explain Jigen's special ability called Sukuna Hikuna Hakuna Matata. I don't know, Lion King ting up in this bitch. I don't know how to pronounce this shit. Amado explains that Sukuna Hikuna is Isshiki Otsutsuki's secret technique, and it allows him to shrink and restore anything he wishes in an instant, aside from living things of course. For example, he can shrink himself but not anyone else. Yet this doesn't matter very much, since the ability to shrink anything he wants is beyond broken.
Don't fuck with me! I have the power of God and anime on my side! Wait,
Amado also explains that he and Kashin Koji anticipated this happening, and they decided to strike now for that very reason. Suddenly, the flames Jigen shrunk are restored again, and he begins to burn alive. Isshiki thinks to himself, Jigen's body has reached its limit. It won't last much longer. I'm reaching the dregs of his remaining chakra too. Since Jigen was still recovering from his fight with Naruto and Sasuke, and the flames Koji use are eternally burning, it's impossible for Jigen to continuously shrink them. Naruto believes this to be Ishiki's end, but Sasuke's like, are you a freaking idiot? Don't you know that as long as they have karma, Otsutsuki can't die? Of course not, you're a dumbass. Sasuke explains that whilst he got Jigen and Kawaki, Isshiki cannot completely die. He will just resurrect in his other vessels. In other words, he has two lives. Sasuke then calls out Amado out for what he said earlier about Isshiki being unstoppable if he is resurrected in Kawaki's body. And he's like, if Jigen dies with Isshiki, the Kawaki will be the sole remaining vessel. So this doesn't make much sense, bruh. Explain it to us.
That don't make no sense.
He says that he believes they're playing right into Ishiki's hands, and he brings up the possibility of this all being set up from the very beginning. Suddenly, Kawaki straight up tries to murder Amado because he can't take it anymore. He thinks he's up to something, and the first indication that he was lying or deceiving them was enough for him to lose his cool. But Sasuke isn't gonna let some Kawaki do something so rash, and he slices off Kawaki's arm. Of course, it was his crazy bioengineered claw arm, and his arm can just revert to its original form, so he's fine. But the fact that Sasuke was willing to just slice his arm in two means he ain't playing around here, and he's serious. He's about the mission, fam. Amado calmly responds with saying, hello, long time no see, my boy. You seem well. Kawaki has obvious trust issues with Amado. Even though he was a spy, Amado did actually carry out the experiments on Kawaki, right? And he also was part of the mass killing of children. Yeah, Isshiki might have given the order, but without Amado's big brain, I doubt those experiments could have even happened. This highlights Amado's way of thinking working for the end game. It seems he too also follows the ideology of the end justifies the mean. In Amado's case, he did everything he had to, even if it involved killing innocent people and using others. As long as Isshiki and the other Otsutsuki are defeated, nothing else matters, even cloning Jiraiya and using him as a tool. Everything to achieve this goal is justifiable. But coming back to the chapter, Kawaki suspects Amado's intention and believes he is plotting something. Now, I don't blame the kid, as Amado is being more cryptic than the CIA here. Every time this dude speaks, he leaves out vital information until he gets questioned again. If Sasuke and Shikamaru weren't there in the room, everyone would be so confused like,
Hey yo, what the fuck?
Amado responds back to Kawaki, telling him not to make accusations based on misunderstandings, because everything is in fact complicated and too difficult for these guys to comprehend. After being pushed by Shikamaru to hurry up and explain everything, but this time to make sure the explanation is simple for everyone to understand, Amado gives the most intense look, saying, "You guys are stupid! How much more simpler do I have to make it, huh?" Regardless, Amado continues to explain that the eternal flames will actually kill Jigen and Isshiki, who is inside of Jigen's head, by burning them to death, right? Amado then states that if an Otsutsuki has a completed available vessel with karma, when the Otsutsuki dies, the transfer to the vessel happens automatically. In Amado's words, this is a strict karma rule. So even though Jigen and Kawaki are both Isshiki Otsutsuki's vessels, Jigen is the only vessel to have fully gone through the karma extraction. So he was ready to be used as a vessel, whereas Kawaki wasn't full in his Otsutsukification, as this is still progressing just like Boruto's. At this point, everyone understood it as Jigen will die, and Isshiki with him, as he won't have a complete vessel to come back to until Kawaki's karma is fully ready. Kawaki will have more time until Isshiki can take him over. Boruto then asks the real question if Amado is planning to kill Kawaki to prevent Isshiki actually coming back. Amado tells everyone to calm their asses down when they flip out, because shit's about to go down. Is Jigen and Isshiki going to die? Will Ishiki's spirit just wander around like Momoshiki until it gets jumped back into Kawaki's body? As the flame continues, Amado then clears up the air, telling everyone to watch closely, as Isshiki Otsutsuki is finally going to resurrect and show his true form. Everyone from Shikamaru and Naruto are confused because initially they believe that this resurrection cannot happen if Jigen's body is dead. Amado responds by explaining, yes, Jigen is dead, medically that is, but not as an Otsutsuki vessel. It doesn't matter if Jigen's body is a corpse burnt to a crisp, it will still be usable for the reincarnation. Amado then tells Kawaki that he is glad that he is here so he can confirm something with his own eyes, which is the phenomena that will happen to his body. And at this very moment, Kawaki's arm starts throbbing, activating his karma. An important thing to note is that Boruto's karma did not resonate at this point, meaning that this karma activation is something completely different. Boruto then gets pissed off at Amado and calls him a bastard. Amado tells him to shut up and pay attention. Now, this is where we see Kawaki's karma dissipating into nothingness. Like, what the hell? Kawaki's karma is gone. Amado, who was expecting this to happen, tells Boruto and the rest to look at Kawaki's arm to confirm his karma is no longer there. All that hard work Isshiki did to get his perfect vessel just turned into a waste of time. As we go back into the fight between Kashin Koji and Isshiki, the flames shrink instantly, showing the new powered up Isshiki has. Kashin Koji notices that Isshiki is finally making his appearance, confirming that he successfully managed to reincarnate into Jigen's body. We then go back to Amado, who continues to explain what is happening. Amado lets everyone know that the moment Isshiki was forced to reincarnate, all the other karma implanted onto other vessels gets erased simultaneously, hence Kawaki's karma's disappearing. This happens as a safety feature of the karma reincarnation process to prevent the risk of creating duplicate copies of the same personality. So now Isshiki has no other means of reincarnation, so if he is killed now, he will die. If you guys are still confused at this point, don't worry fam, I got you. Anime bullshit science has arrived, man. I shall use my degree to explain everything.
I am a scientist. It's so cool. Son of a bitch.
Well, we learned that karma acts as a backup drive, but once one of the backup drives is booted, then the other drives gets depleted. So in essence, Isshiki Otsutsuki had 2 karma, which acted as a backup for Isshiki's shell or body for his consciousness. So to break this down in a very simple way, karma is like a backup program, which is installed and encoded onto a host. After some time, when the karma program installation has reached 100%, then that host is ready to be used as a revival point for the Otsutsuki. So in Ishiki's case, he programmed 2 karmas onto 2 potential hosts. The first karma was put via natural transference onto Jigen, which was later confirmed in Boruto Chapter 47 to be fully installed onto Jigen's body, which allows him to take over, whereas Ishiki's second karma was bestowed onto Kawaki via an artificial scientific process. However, it takes time for the karma to completely install and encode to the host. So until the karma is fully installed, the host will not be ready to be used as a boot up revival point. Ishiki's initial plan was to actually use Kawaki as his resurrection, since Kawaki as a host is much stronger and better suited as he can handle Isshiki Otsutsuki's full power and chakra. However, the moment Kashin Koji killed Jigen's body and eventually Isshiki, who was within Jigen's body using his Hakuna Matata jutsu, whatever you want to call it, Isshiki was forced to use the only readily available backup host he had, which was Jigen, but by doing this, any other karma installation on another host was disrupted and stopped to prevent a duplication of consciousness, which makes sense. You can't have 2 Isshiki Otsutsuki reviving now, can we? Therefore, Kawaki lost his karma seal. Hopefully you guys understand what happened now. Let me know if you're still confused in the comment section below. But now that we have this knowledge, the biggest question we all have as a community is, why does Kawaki have a karma seal again in the future? Like in the first chapter of the Boruto manga, at the start we see future Boruto fighting future Kawaki, and both of them are seen with their karma. The karma on Kawaki is even the same one we see him currently have in his early years, with the same unique karma design of Ishiki's code, which is exactly the same. Momoshiki's code is different pattern to Boruto, and he has the same code in the future too. Some of you suggested on livestream that the karma seal is Momoshiki's and Kawaki is being used as a second host for him. However, this wouldn't make sense since we learned that the karma can be placed naturally only once, hence why Isshiki couldn't even dish out another karma seal without his experiments with Amado killing thousands of children. So the only explanation we came up with is that Isshiki must have bestowed his karma again to Kawaki, more likely via the natural transference this time round, similar to how Momoshiki gave his karma to Boruto after he died. Isshiki didn't even want Jigen's body in the first place because in chapter 46 it stated his body cannot withstand the full power and chakra, therefore he won't be at his full potential. He needs Kawaki to develop his karma to 100%, and that's why he got all excited when he witnessed the resonation and progress of his mark with Boruto. In chapter 36, Isshiki Otsutsuki was shocked himself when he saw Kawaki's horn. The horn is nice and big and pointing out. Wait, that sounds wrong. I mean, Kawaki's when he saw Kawaki's development, wait, that's even worse. Alright guys, let's be honest man, Kawaki really do be good looking. I'm not gonna lie, Sarada wants that thing, even Ino wanted that thing. That's a grown ass woman thing, bruh. Kawaki looks sexy.
Ladies and gentlemen, we got him.
Oh, you know what? Whoever got this part of the edit, make sure you delete that whole segment. That was a bit too far. I went a bit on a tangent. Anyway, Jigen in that chapter states, when did he advance this much? Citing the notion that he did not know the resonation with Boruto's karma mark would develop both of them to such a degree. He never wanted Jigen in the first place, as he stated in chapter 38 that this body is not even worthy of being a vessel. But not us, right? We don't think like that. You can't be disrespecting Jigen like that, fam. F in the chat, boys. Buy that merch. Show him some love. Jigen deserves the love that we have. There's a 10% off code with Boruto 47 on the merch. Thank you guys for buying it. But back to the point, in chapter 39, Jigen exclaims that Kawaki's karma is ripening at an astonishing pace. He shall awaken as a perfect Otsutsuki. And he comes to the conclusion it's because of Boruto Momoshiki's mark helping the process. So with that knowledge Isshiki has gained throughout the events, Kawaki having the karma mark in the future makes sense. Because if he used big brain and balls deep prediction jutsu, why would he let someone that he knows for a fact could be a perfect vessel get away when he worked so hard for 16 years to kill thousands of kids to get the karma mark on Kawaki in the first place, and on top of that, he just learned how to make the Otsutsuki process faster by using Boruto's karma seal in conjunction. So we think a possibility that the Isshiki is gonna die, they're gonna defeat him, and then he's gonna give the karma seal to Kawaki somehow naturally. Moving on, we then cut to the next page, and holy shit, look at Jigen. Look at this sexy beast of a specimen, fam. He has fully transformed with some weird dojutsu and the 6-path marks. And look at this man's pants. Look at those pants. He's looking like he's about to moonwalk at a Michael Jackson concert from JoJo, fam. Seriously though, we finally see Isshiki Otsutsuki's true form manifested in Jigen. Even Kashin Koji is like, we finally meet Otsutsuki Isshiki. Something interesting I noticed on these panels is Ishiki's eyes. His left eye is most likely a Byakugan, as this is a staple dojutsu of the Otsutsuki and every single one of them seem to have it, but his right eye seems to be a new dojutsu. It has a pattern like a weird mangaka Sharingan at first sight, but I think it's a totally new dojutsu. A special eye for Isshiki, and it's also how he can shrink space and inorganic objects. That's the power of this eye. Now to explain this, and this is a possibility because the Otsutsuki gain their abilities from the chakra fruits they consume. For example, if a Otsutsuki eats a fruit which gathered chakra from a dog world, then of course they get genetic powers of a dog. We go into further detail in our Kaguya pregnancy video. If you're wondering, how did Kaguya smash a random human get pregnant, man? Why did she betray Isshiki? We explain all that shit in this video that's going to be displayed to you. I'll put it in the pinned comment. Go watch it! Anyway, this is why different Otsutsuki have different abilities and jutsu. Like Jigen has this shrinking ability, while Kaguya had her 6 dimensions, and you know, Urashiki had that trash no jutsu, fam.
Know your fucking place, trash.
Next page, we can see Kashin Koji dodging some spiky rods which Isshiki is uprooting from the ground, changing their sizes and flinging them at Koji. He basically has the force with him like Star Wars. This is most likely the new dojutsu powers. Koji dodges all of the rods, but Isshiki notices the live streaming toad and shrinks the platform it was standing at, which cuts the connection to Naruto and the boys so they can't see what's going on anymore. Amado looks pissed as his frog is gone, but Naruto seems more concerned for Kashin Koji, as earlier he felt a connection to Koji. Amado then gives the gang an exposition to his plan, telling us that Koji had served his purpose of dragging Isshiki out using Jigen, that he has served his function. Amado replies to Naruto saying he knew this wasn't going to work and that they wouldn't be going through all this trouble if Isshiki was so easily defeated in the first place. Naruto looks pissed here and he exclaims, I'm not sure why, but I can't shake the feeling that he was fighting Isshiki like he really meant to take him down, that this mission was a one-way ticket to the afterlife. You did explain that to him straight, right? Amado replies saying, what's your point? Why are you so bothered? However, Naruto doesn't seem to know why he is so bothered about Kashin Koji. Well, good thing balls deep prediction jutsu is here to save the day, fam.
It's showtime!
So the reason Naruto is so concerned and bothered by the treatment of Kashin Koji is because Koji reminds him of his sensei Jiraiya. Even in chapter 46, Naruto was like, the way that masked guy fights, it's like, and then it cuts off because he knows it's Jiraiya. Naruto likely sees the parallel between how his late sensei died and how Kashin Koji has this predestined fate just as Jiraiya. Because remember, Jiraiya knew he might not come back from the hidden rain when he was in pursuit of pain. So Nadia also knew but let him go on this suicide mission. That upset Naruto. Amado has done the same thing. He is using Koji's death to gather intel and further his own agenda of stopping the Otsutsuki, just as Jiraiya did against Pain when he got info and died for it. I even asked you guys on Twitter if you guys think Naruto will be angry when he finds out about Kashin Koji being Jiraiya and a clone, and the Balls Deep community says yes. 85% of you said yeah, he will be angry. Roku Senpai, who's also a member of the channel and he's a Wizard King by the way, he felt that they needed to also explain how Amado created advanced enough technology to grab Jiraiya DNA in the first place. Well, we will explain this later on in another video. I promise you guys, if you get this 50,000 likes, I'll do it. What about that?
What? What the fuck?
By the way, guys, if you want to be featured in the videos like these couple of people, follow us on Twitter or Instagram at AnimeBallsDeep. Anyway, we then cut back to Kashin Koji, where he talks about Isshiki's powers, telling us that he is randomly shrinking everything he catches sight of, and he might be planning to destroy the whole space. Ishiki then glares back and replies, all genes, all people have a predestined fate. That man bore a mighty fate, a star of change. Amado had wanting to cling to it, to that man's mighty fate, to the minuscule possibility of change. And then we got to the next page where Ishiki says, Kashin Koji clone of Jiraiya of the Great 3. This is some crazy shit, bruh. Balls deep. Prediction jutsu never fails, fam. Our theory was correct from 2 years ago. Kashin Koji is Jiraiya. He is a clone. And look at him. It's a young Jiraiya. Look at him. Fine as hell. I don't know why Tsunade said no to this dude. Bruh, my dude is Jiraiya. Jiraiya.
Okay, dude, they get it. Relax.
Nah, fam. We've been waiting for this for years. I ain't coming down. I want to Jiraiya. For years. I ain't coming down. I want to Jiraiya. By the way, Isshiki also sees the parallels to Jiraiya's fate and remarks that you shall die here was also predestined by your genes. So basically he's saying, Kashin Koji, you're gonna die here just like Jiraiya died against pain. Now you're probably expecting me to talk about Jigen's philosophy here, go balls deep into what he means by this statement and the bigger themes of this chapter. But this review is already 20 minutes, 25 minutes long, and if I make it any longer, my editors are gonna beat me up, fam. So I will discuss all this philosophy, a theory about Orochimaru playing a part in the future, why Jiraiya is Kashin Koji, and why it isn't as bad as people are saying. I don't know why people are raging. So that's why it's so important for you to hit the notification bell, and I will upload the video on Wednesday. Come back on Wednesday. Thank you to everyone that bought the merch, everyone that became a member. Use Boruto code 47 on Teespring to get 10% off. I'll see you guys on part 2. See you next time. We've been waiting for this for years. I ain't coming down. I want to Jiraiya. For years. I ain't coming down. I want to Jiraiya.